Hey all, Ryan here from Manitowoc Lapidary, and I am once again on the western shore of Lake Michigan. I'll call this spot the rope because this is the spot where you have to kind of rappel down a rope to get down to the bottom. Hopefully the rope's still here. I replace it whenever it gets bad or whatever, just so people can get down here. So let's get up here and see if it's still there. Okay, so moment of truth. Oh good, it's still here. Hopefully it's still in good shape. You know, this, you can't really tell from the camera, but this drops down like, I don't know, 50, 60 feet down to the beach right there. So without this rope here, this is a pretty rough way down and back up at the end. So, all right, let's get down there and see what we got. Okay, so we're down here. Looks pretty nice. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of rocks. A lot of little stuff around the edges, but we'll walk up and see what we got. Finally add some rocks. There's this weird little trench right here that goes all the way up, and it's all filled with rocks. So I'm gonna look down in here, see if I can find anything. Everything's nice and wet. We'll see what we can find. First one from the trench. Look at this thing. It's like a banded jasper almost. It's got all this patterning on it, super red, really cool. I'm not sure if that is jasper or not, or maybe it's a banded iron or something, and it's just got some really cool patterns in it. But it's got some very cool bands. You know, I don't know if it's bands or what, but I don't think it's an agate. No, it doesn't seem like it. It seems a little too churty, jaspery to be an agate, but really cool. All right, let's find some more. She's stuck in the trench. Okay, I haven't been doing much filming because it's a little windy, but I had to film this guy. Look at this thing. That is a huge cold water agate pocket all the way around, and then just filled with quartz on the inside, like all the way through this whole thing. That is sweet right there. Definitely coming home for that one so you can get some better close-ups. Awesome. So I'm at the end of the beach. I'm gonna flip around and I'm gonna hit the first cut and all the dry stuff on the way back. I'm just looking at all this limestone here. Sorry about the sound. Looking for fossils, and I just came up on this one right here. Look at that. All the way through, like right there. That's huge. This is my hand. Look at all the way down. Really, really cool. That is a huge, huge chunk. I'm not sure what kind, but it's got like crystally, quartzy pocket on the top of it too. Awesome. Let's see if I can find some more in here. Look at this pocket. Look at those crystals in there. That side too. Really, really cool. You can always find the pockets like that and fossils. There you go. There's some fossil right there too. And all these limestone chunks all over this lake shore. So I was just kind of coming up by the banks here, just looking down at the bottom. And this thing was just sitting right in the sand, right at the bottom. Look at that thing. That is a sweet cold water pocket. And it goes all the way through. So that one's definitely coming home too. So wait, let's find some more. So just walk in. Matt's just sitting right there. Nice little pocket in there. I'll go get it wet quick. Hopefully the sound isn't too horrible. Ah, look at that. That is a nice little pocket. Looks like a dolphin. Dolphin jersey pocket. Doesn't go through, but still really cool. So I am almost back to the rope. So I did keep a few things, so I will get home and get everything cleaned up and show you what I got. Okay, so I am home. I got everything cleaned up. As you can see, I didn't keep a lot. I'll start at the top here. I did keep that shell that you saw. I'm gonna clean this thing up and I'm gonna use this for a project. I've just never seen that one that's that full of mother of pearl. You know, I'll grind all this black off, maybe even the white, see if I can get all that shell in between. So that was a cool piece. And then the glass, of course, I'm starting to see it a little more now, so I did pick up a bunch. And then there is one piece in here that's uranium glass. I think it glows green. So that's cool, I guess, in the glass community. I'll have to look up why. And then I didn't really need to get anything else wet here because they all are kind of self-explanatory. This is my little dolphin geode pocket. Looks just like a dolphin and it actually goes all the way through there. So I'm gonna keep it just like this probably and just grind the face and just have a little freeform with the dolphin on it. That was cool. This was that very first rock that I found, and I still am not 100% sure what it is, if it's like a banded jasper, but it's got this banding pattern all the way through it, all the way around it. Here, I will get it wet actually, just so you can see the actual color of it. You know, it's very dark red, so I'm not sure if it's maybe just a really weird weathered shirt or if it is a cool jasper. I'll have to find out for sure. I'm leaning towards jasper though, just with like something banded in between that weathered out, but we'll see when I figure that out entirely. This one I kept. Here, I'll get this one wet too, just since my hand's wet. This one looks like a little bird hatching out of an egg. That's like totally red on the back. I think that might be jasper or chert as well, but it just had this little perfect bird inside there and it looks like a cracked egg, so I had to keep that for my pareidolia collection. Then we got this piece of quartz. You can see there it's kind of solid quartz, but I'm going to do something with this as well. Probably just polish it up and have like a quartz pocket stone or something. It was just a nice solid piece of quartz that felt like I wanted to work on. And it's got a couple little black spots through it, but it should be a good one to work on. So that's a cool little one. 2 Uber lights I got. So I'll show you those in the UV after. Then this guy had a really sweet micro pocket right there on it, just a piece of limestone with a really cool pocket that goes all the way through. So I'm going to try to do something with that. I should be able to salvage the place here where the pocket goes through and get rid of some of this, make like a pendant or something. So that'll be sweet. Then I did get, I did find some black sand. So I did take just a tiny little jar of it. I'm going to try to like gold pan it, see if there's any little flecks of gold in there. I always wanted to try that from the black sand, so I did that. And then last but not least here, I'll get this one wet. So this is my first and definitely my biggest Lake Superior agate ever, almost by like 100 times. The other one is like the size of my fingernail. So this, I believe, is a Skip and Adam agate. So it goes all the way through, but you can see right here in the white, that's the Skip and Adam part. You can see all the little shoots, or all the little crystal formations shooting in. And if I can get this totally clean, like I don't know if this skin will come off or not, but what I'm gonna do with this piece anyways is just polish this whole face right here probably. But really, really cool. There's some really fine micro banding in there. It's just really hard to get in that close. But really cool find, my biggest Lake Superior agate ever. Actually here, I'll show you my biggest one before that. Yeah, here. Yeah. So that's my biggest one before that. Is this tiny little really cool banded one. But yeah, just for comparison size, there you go. So that was a sweet find. You know, I don't generally look for stuff like this because I don't find a lot of Lake Superior agate variations where I hunt. You know, I'm on the western shore of Lake Michigan, and they just don't seem like they make it down, you know, make it down there and still be this big. So that was a really sweet find. All right, so let me get the UV light set up and I'll show you those that's a mouthful, those couple Uper lights quick. Alright, so let me get the lights off here and I'll show you what we got. So first we got this tiny little one. It just had a couple little specks throughout it, but enough where I could probably, you know, like throw it in a tumbler maybe and it would come out and some of those specks would maybe come out a little more. And then we got this second little one. Again, not bad, not totally bright, but you can see there is a lot of orange behind there. So that should be another good little, maybe tumble. And then I figure while I got the UV out, I can show you how the little cold water pockets tend to show up. Like right there, you can see it turns like that bright orange. Right there too, where it comes through. I don't think anything else really reacted. Oh yeah, you should be able to see the dolphin too, pretty good in orange. That's usually the color it turns. So really, really cool. So, all right, if you like this video, leave a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for some close-ups at the end, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.